Well, hello again, everyone. My name is Justin Badger, and I'm from Fremont, California. This is Stephanie Dodd, and she is from Fremont, Nebraska, and we are the Fremonts.
And we're very happy to be here with you tonight on our third ever live stream. We have hung up a new curtain.
Yep.
We have put up a new light.
New lights.
We are striving to be better and better.
Every single time.
Every day in every way, a little bit better at live streaming.
Because that's what's important these days.
Yes, that's what we care about. But we're actually using these live streams to practice for an actual live show that we are doing in front of real live people.
Why don't you tell them where that live show is happening?
It's next Saturday night, August 1st at 7 o'clock at the Foundry. So if you happen to find yourself in Western Massachusetts sometime.
For any reason
whatsoever, come on and see us. But you do have to buy advance tickets because, COVID. It's outdoors and spaced, and yes.
Everyone is going to be completely safe.
Masks, lots of masks.
Yep.
I guess will we be wearing masks?
I don't know, but it's okay because I have been working very greatly to reduce the amount of spittle that flies from my mouth when we sing. So.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I have.
How do you practice that?
Well, you sing really close to a mirror. Actually, not even really that close to a mirror, and then by the end of a song, if it's covered in spittle,
count your spittle spots.
Yeah, you have to. So my spittle spots have been getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Wow, Justin is really dedicated to his craft. He really is.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. I'm honored to share the curtain with you, Justin.
Are you really?
I am.
I bet so. I bet so.
Yes. So our show tonight, we have a little theme. These are all songs based on true stories.
True story. Sorry. It's a knee-jerk reaction when I hear that.
Is that your theme song for tonight?
I think it's going to be.
Okay. Justin wrote a theme song, too.
I can't take credit for it.
No?
No. Those of you who remember The Real World Season 1.
Oh, I'm way too young for that. That was before I was born.
Right.
Yeah, never heard of it. Anyway, true stories.
True story.
Okay. So 3 true stories. The first one is a true story about a person we know. The second one is about a person we don't know. And the third one is about a story about us.
It's a story about you.
It's a story about me.
Yes.
And so the first story is about my old boss, Dirk, who was my boss in Boulder. And Dirk is this amazing athlete, a professional everything at one point. And what he does for kicks now is at nighttime, he climbs up the mountain in his skis, and then he skis down in the dark, off the trails.
Mm. What do they call that?
They call it ski mountaineering,
Oh.
or skimo if you're nasty.
Skimo? It's like a rejected name for a Muppet character.
Skimo.
Skimo.
I know. It's hardcore if you're in Boulder. It's hardcore.
It sounds
hardcore
very
skimo.
hardcore.
Gotta get some vert.
Oh, God.
If you're in Boulder.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was talking to Dirk around the water cooler one Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., and he was telling me the night before he had gone up the mountain all by himself in the middle of the night and was looking over the beauty of Boulder, and then realized that he was surrounded by wolves. And so he flew down the mountain as fast as he could, and I just thought that was a very remarkable story to be hearing at 10 a.m. next to the coffee machine at a software company in an industrial park. So I was, you never know where you're going to hear an amazing story. Mm-mm. So I went home and I wrote this song about it, and this is called Shadow Seas. It's like they sliced off part of my soul. There's only one place where I feel whole. In the silver, in the snow, burning hot and freezing cold. Luminescence in my bones, sounds the only place to go. At night I climb up to the moonlight, spend my hours with wolves in the trees. Then I fly down the mountainside, and only my until my last year froze. The celestial beings would visit me from the deep and stitch me back together as I drift away to sleep. Oh, it's like they sliced off part of my soul. Now there's only one place where I feel whole. In the silver, in the snow, burning hot and freezing cold. Luminescence in my bones, down's the only place to go. Down in the town, I have a real nice life. I have a daughter and a beautiful wife, but my heart isn't quiet when I stay home at night. It pulls me into the car and drives me up to these heights. There's no escape. The only way home is safely, and I take these risks alone, and I take them daily. I hope I world every move that I make, and I bend it as far as I possibly can. I hope that it won't break. Oh, it's like this heart's a part of my soul. Now there's only one place where I feel whole. In the silver, in the snow, burning hot and freezing cold. Luminescence in my bones, down's the only place to go. At night I climb up to the moonlight, spend my hours with wolves in the trees. Then I fly down the mountainside, and only my shadow sees. Oh, only my shadow sees. Oh, 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 oh. All right,
Here we go.
there's a song for you.
Here's a song for you.
All right, on to true story number 2.
True story number 2 comes at you from Skidmore, Missouri.
Ooh, Skidmore. Beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, that's what I hear too. Great place to vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a man by the name of Roy McElroy, and he terrorized the town of Skidmore, Missouri with a shotgun in hand, quite literally getting away with murder a few times. Now, the town folk, they did everything they could by trying to go to the police, the sheriff, the U.S. Marshals, trying to get them to do something about Roy McElroy, but they were all too scared of him, so nothing ever happened. Until one day when the town decided to take matters in their own hands, and they shot Roy McElroy dead in broad daylight right in the middle of Main Street. And to this day, his murder goes unsolved because no one will point the finger to say who done it. Huh.
You know what is kind of interesting, Justin?
I don't. What
is that right now there's all this talk about defunding the police,
Yes,
you
there
know?
is.
And this is a song that's actually about community policing.
Yes.
It actually
At
is.
its most extreme.
It just happens to be a community policing where they commit an assassination.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I mean, I do believe in metaphor.
I didn't come up with the subject matter.
Do you
It's
think
just-
we're going to get arrested for singing this song?
You think some people wearing masks and unmarked vans are going to come and take us away?
I mean,
If this is our last live stream, you'll
Yeah.
know why.
yeah, if we get hauled away. I mean, Kathy Griffin, she had a whole career, you know, and she took one picture and, I mean, it could be over for us.
Fortunately, we don't have a career, so
this is true.
you know.
Yeah, so we can say whatever the fuck we want.
We can, you know, maybe old Donnie Johnny will tweet about us, and then we will have a career.
Oh.
I mean, you gotta have dreams.
I mean, Donnie Johnny. It would just take one good old tweety from Donnie Johnny,
I
and
know, right?
we'd win a Grammy.
This is a song called "Bully." 2, 3, 4. He met a young little girl, gave her a ring, and then he took her away. Barely older than 12, she was in for some terrible days. Back to her her parents' house she tried to flee, but the bully wasn't willing just to let her go free. He shot the family dog and set her papa's little house ablaze. That man was big, that man was mean. He was the worst good for nothing that the little town had ever seen. He'd only take one rope or a knife instead. He'd only take one bullet wound right in the back of his head. Down on Main Street every day, even the honest folks would say, I wouldn't dare pull the trigger, but I'd like to see him dead. He shot a farmer who survived because he was full of vinegar and spit. And the farmer pressed charges and the town thought this was finally it. Before the gavel fell to send the man to jail, the bully put a rattlesnake in every juror's mail. Should know that the jury foreman told the judge, you must acquit. The law was small, the law was scared. The people begged for help, but the sheriff wouldn't dare. It'd only take one rope or a knife instead. It'd only take one bullet wound right in the back of his head. Down on Main Street every day, even the honest folks would say, I wouldn't dare pull the trigger, but I'd like to see him dead. Look out, here comes that bully. Well, the bully's little daughter was accused of stealing some sweets. The bully stalked around the store and scared the owner for a couple of weeks. He had lost his mind, he was mad as heck. Finally, he shot the owner in the side of his neck. The town had had enough, so they took the matter to the streets. The town was armed, the town agreed. If the law wouldn't hang him, they would find another way to do the deed. I won't claim to be a violent man. Oh no, desperate times and desperate folks call for desperate plans. It didn't take one rope or a knife instead. It took the town keeping quiet when two fellas shot him right in his head. All over town that fateful day, damn near everyone would say, I didn't see who pulled the trigger, but I sure am glad he's dead. It didn't take one rope or a knife instead. It took the town keeping quiet when two fellas shot him right in his head. All over town that fateful day, damn near everyone would say, I didn't see you pull the trigger, but I sure am glad he's dead.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
Woo.
A lot of missed accordion notes in that song. It's just gonna be.
I've made up for all the missed chords that I had in the previous song.
You know,
Keeping it live, folks.
sometimes you play the accordion and sometimes the accordion plays you. It is how it is. She's a cruel mistress, this 25-pound beast here.
She is a cruel mistress.
So, speaking of cruel mistresses,
Ah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
So, this last true
Nice
story.
transition, Todd.
Did you like that?
Loved it.
Profesh. I just came up with that in this moment.
That was
too.
great. I know.
Live. So, now I've lost my flow.
Oh shit! I'm sorry I
Darn
interrupted it.
Darn it. Let me get it back together
Okay.
here so I can be professional. Okay, so true story number 3
True story.
is a true tale of me drinking heavily with some friends, 3 of my favorite people, up on top of a mountaintop in Beckett, Massachusetts at the Dreamaway. And we were having the most lovely time. We actually shut down the whole place. They left us there by ourselves, sitting around this table in the darkness with one little candle, and we were drinking and talking and drinking and talking. And then sometime around 2 in the morning, I launched into this sob story, just an epic operatic sob story about my dreams not coming true and how I'm not an actress and how I blah, 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 all my problems. And then when I woke up the next morning with a little bit of a headache, I thought, maybe I was a little bit selfish there. Maybe my friends didn't enjoy that story as much as I enjoyed telling it. So I ended up talking to a psychic about this situation because it stuck with me. It bothered me. So I was talking to this psychic, and you know what the psychic's advice was?
I don't. I'm not psychic, so
I paid her a couple $100 for this advice.
Ah.
You tell me if you think this is worth a couple $100. She told me she thought I should get the fuck over myself. Four old friends float around a table, so of course I make this all about me. Swing my sack of troubles, out falls every fable. In the footlights of their eyes I said my story. And I bore my friends with the tale of my woes, how the work all dried up and my face got too old. Somewhere in the sky, perhaps underground, someone laughs at me, I alone hear the sound. As I'm drunk, and I'm sad, sad, sad. So I spin up the tale, the classic tale of the life I almost had. Dig up the tome, I wrote it a lifetime ago. Somewhere in there are the words to a prayer to a God who gives gifts that are unfair. My old friends say it's time to go to bed, so of course I'll sit and drink all alone. Watch the candle flicker, hear the old ghosts in my head, call the only one who'd pick up the phone. And I rail at my mom 'cause she caused all my woes. Yes, she treated me rough and she dimmed my young glow. Somewhere in the sky, or perhaps underground, someone laughs at me, I alone hear the sound. As I'm drunk, and I'm sad, sad, sad. So I spin up the tale, the epic tale of the horrible life I've had. Dig up the tome, I wrote it a lifetime ago. Somewhere in there are the words to a prayer to a God who gives gifts that are unfair.
All alone and into bed, and the old god sighs, for people like her have grown too dumb to know.
We wail and we curse our fate.
But the god, she is an ancient god, and she's happy just to wait.
So dig up the tome. I run in a lifetime home. Somewhere in there are the words to a prayer to a God who gives gifts that are unfair. Well, there you have it, folks.
Thanks for tuning in for this, the third episode of the Fremonts at Home.
Yes, our show about true stories. And
True story.
if you, it's good.
Just one more time.
If you happen to know of any true stories that you think would make excellent songs, please let us know, because we haven't written anything new for a while.
Our lives have
now.
not been that interesting.
We're not incredibly inspired, and so if you have any ideas, be a pal. Send them our way.
Yeah. In the meantime, take care. Tune in. Keep an eye on our Facebook page for another one of these live streams.
Yeah, and if you're in Western Massachusetts, we better see you next Saturday.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye.